Hello students, welcome to the ongoing lecture series on international business. The first lecture is Globalization and International Business Part 5. In this we will discuss the international orientation or internationalization orientation. In that we will specifically study EPRG framework. International orientation. Now, what is this international orientation? In the past chapters or series lectures, we have seen that a company which is a domestic company may move to international company, become an international company, then a global company and a transnational company. So, in that process, they take up different orientation. They may be homebound, that means the homebound strategies are implemented in the export market also, or they may be totally creating products for that market. So, international orientation reflect the attitude or strategic predisposition of a transnational corporation towards doing things in certain way. Transnational corporations vary widely in the degree and nature of their international orientation. As I said, they may be home country oriented, like whatever marketing strategy or marketing mix they are applying in the home market, they may be applying in the export market also, or they may be totally creating a new marketing mix set for each of the country. So, there are variations in international orientation and we will discuss that today in this lecture. International orientation differs during different stages of globalization. As I told you, domestic companies and international companies are ethnocentric. When they go further and become multinational companies, they become polycentric. Later, they become global and they have a regiocentric or geocentric orientation. And finally, when they become transnational corporations or companies, they become geocentric in their approach. So, we will discuss what this EPRG framework is, that is ethnocentrism, polycentrism, regiocentrism and geocentrism in the next segment. So, this is EPRG framework. EPRG model is derived from EPG model. So, previously it is only EPG model, which is an international business model including three dimensions: ethnocentric, polycentric and geocentric. It has been introduced by Howard V. Perlmutter in an article titled The Tortuous Evolution of Multinational Enterprises in 1969. Later, the authors Wynne, Douglas and Perlmutter extended the model by a fourth dimension, that is regiocentrism. So, creating the model EPRG model. EPRG framework identifies four types of attitudes or orientations towards internationalization that are associated with successive stages in the evolution of international operations. So, what EPRG stands for? E is ethnocentrism, reflecting home country orientation. P is polycentrism, reflecting host country orientation. R signifies regiocentrism, which reflects regional orientation. And finally, G is geocentrism, which has a world orientation. So, we will discuss ethnocentrism at first. When we talk about ethnocentrism, we said that it has home country orientation. The transnational corporation uses same marketing strategies that are created for local market and utilizes it in the multiple countries. Such companies rely on the values and interests of the parent company in formulating its internationalization plans. What are the assumptions then? Domestic or home country culture is superior to any other. So, they believe that the home country culture is superior and that is why it will be applicable in other countries also, and other country people will willfully take up those products. Overseas operations are viewed as secondary to domestic operations. Overseas operations are primarily a means of disposing surplus domestic production. Key characteristics. The first one is focus on home country. As we said, that is, it is home country bound. The company's home country culture and business practices are seen as superior and are often used as the benchmark for all operations, including those in foreign markets. Recruitment is also done from the home country. That means key management and leadership positions are often filled with employees from the home country, even if local talent is available. So it means that it is an extension of your home country business. So you are sending your managers in the foreign land to sell your goods. Decision making. Decisions are often made at the headquarters, so it is centralized decision making and implemented uniformly across foreign branches with limited adaptation to the local conditions. Limited local expertise. The approach can lead to a lack of understanding of local markets, customer preferences, and business practices, potentially leading to misunderstandings or missed opportunities, because the expats are working in that market and they might not be understanding the nuances of working in that market. What is the strategy used in ethnocentrism? International operation takes the form of an export department manned by domestic personnel or export agent. So mostly it is done at the initial stage of the internationalization. That means when a domestic company is going to the international market, they have this ethnocentric orientation. So it is basically export based market. International marketing operations of such firms are characterized by the extensive strategy. As I said, they do not create a new strategy or marketing mix for the foreign country. A domestic product mix is used in the foreign market too. Hierarchy of the organization is highly centralized and directly subordinated to the headquarters located in the home country. Advantages. Cultural consistency will exist as the company's brands and values are maintained consistently across different markets. So, whatever product is available in say US market, the same product will be introduced in say Indian market. So, it will maintain the same quality, same taste and same aroma. Easier communication, as employees from the same culture can communicate more effectively and understand cultural norms. So, this we say in positive, and this very point will become a disadvantage as well. So, when we say that easier communication, we are saying that employees from the home country is easily communicating with the people recruited in the foreign market because they are from the home country only. Minimal risk and commitment to overseas market because you are not investing a lot. No international investment or additional selling cost except a relatively high distribution cost. It saves all other operational costs. Advantages also include knowledge transfer that takes place as expats transfer core competencies from their parent company to foreign branches, helping to establish operations more quickly. But there are many disadvantages. Many a times such a strategy proves unsuccessful because home and host country markets may be very different. No marketing research is also done. The culture of one country may be different from another country. If a ready-made cake mix is very popular in US market, when it was introduced in British market, it failed miserably because in Britain, homemade cakes and in traditional way, if the cake is made or baked, then it is liked by people and not the ready-made cake mix. Also, there is a problem of missed opportunities. The approach can lead to lack of understanding of local markets, customer preferences and business practices, potentially leading to missed opportunities. Lack of local talent because you are bringing expats from your country, home country, to the foreign market. So, it can limit the opportunity for local talent to advance within the company and may lead to resentment. Cultural myopia is another disadvantage. Expats may become insular and not sensitive to the local needs in their attitudes and prone to overlooking niche market opportunities. Potential for conflict. The approach can clash with the local laws, norms, and traditions, potentially leading to conflict. So, one example of failed ethnocentrism is Nissan cars. It failed in US as they were not customized to bear the temperature and low temperature and heavy snow. And Americans are not used to the practice which is there in Japan of covering the car. So, Nissan switched from ethnocentrism to polycentrism and relaunched their product in US market. Recourse for an unsuccessful ethnocentrism attempt. So, there are two recourse. If you are following ethnocentrism and going in the foreign market and you failed in your approach, then you have to change its orientation, as was done by Nissan when they had to switch from its ethnocentric strategy towards being more polycentric. And the last recourse is exit the foreign market and concentrate on the domestic market. So, this is about ethnocentrism. So, where it is suitable? It is suitable for small company just entering international operations, for companies with minimal international commitments. The next is polycentrism. Here the strategy says carefully considering different markets abroad to identify host countries that could offer most benefits. So, the company begins to recognize the inherent differences in various markets and hence develops a polycentric attitude. Most of the time here the company has already passed the first stage of globalization or internationalization, and they have gained some experience in different markets, and that is why they recognizes the differences in the needs and preferences of each of the country market. Assumption is they believe that every market has its differences. There are cultural and political differences as well. Different marketing strategy is needed for each market. So, the key characteristics are local expertise. So, in ethnocentrism, you have more of expats from your home country, but here host country nationals are often hired to manage operations as they have a better understanding of the local culture, business environment and market trends. Decentralization. Decision making power is given to local managers, allowing them to adapt strategies to the local needs. Local autonomy. Subsidiaries are treated as independent entities. The strategy used is adaptation strategy. When we say that when in Rome, do as the Romans do. So, what we are doing, whatever is required in that market, we are creating a marketing strategy for that market. Local personnel and techniques are best suited to deal with the local market conditions. Decentralizes control and grant autonomy to its overseas unit. Foreign operations through independent subsidiaries with independent control over its marketing objectives and plans. Market segmentation and different marketing mix for each segment happens. Local laws, customs and cultures are noticed, that is local ways of doing business is given prominence. Example of polycentric attitude is McDonald's. McDonald's demonstrates a polycentric approach by offering vegetarian options in India and wine in France, catering to local tastes and preferences. Advantages include maximum degree of geographic decentralization. Local managers are recognized as being psychologically close to the market environment and customers. So, they can better deal with the customers in that country and understand their tastes, preferences, the problems they face with the product. Increase cultural compatibility. Adaptation to local tastes and preferences can enhance cultural compatibility between the corporation and the local market. Improved market penetration. A polycentric approach can lead to better market penetration by understanding and catering to local needs. Higher local employee motivation and satisfaction. When you are hiring and empowering local managers, they will be better motivated and satisfied. A higher cost is a disadvantage. So, if we talk about the disadvantages, when you are creating separate strategy for each of the country, then the cost multiplies. So, high cost of operations and heavy investment is made there. Hiring and training local managers is also expensive than bringing expats from your home country. It is also difficult to maintain quality image, because in different country you are modifying the brand and its constitution, and that's why you cannot maintain the same quality as you have in your home country. Coordination challenges are also there. Managing a decentralized organization can be challenging and require strong communication and coordination. Another disadvantage is potential for inconsistent branding. Too much customization can lead to inconsistent branding and lack of global consistency. Where it is suitable then? TNCs which has spent a significant amount of time in international market, they can use this kind of strategy because they have the experience, knowledge of working in different markets. So, they know the pulse of each market and create a strategy specifically for that foreign market. A company that understands the inherent differences of various market, they should go for it. Company which has a polycentric attitude from the beginning, they can also think about polycentrism. Now, the third is regiocentrism. Now, the views here in regiocentrism, the strategy is they view different regions as different markets. So, it is a little different from polycentrism. In polycentrism, each of the country is considered as a separate market and marketing strategy specifically to the need of that market is created. But in regiocentrism, a region is considered as one segment, like if we say South Asia covering India, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, Bangladesh. So, they have a similar kind, even Nepal, they have a similar taste and preference, they can form a same region. So, one region, and you can specifically create a marketing strategy catering to this one region. Likewise, Southeast Asia can be considered as one region. North America can be considered as one region and South America can be considered as another region. So, regions with important common marketing characteristics are regarded as a single market irrespective of the national boundaries. So assumptions are one region or group of countries enjoy similarities based on economic, cultural or political backgrounds. Different regions differ in terms of their needs and conditions. Balance, so key characteristics are balancing global and local. The approach aims to balance global goals with local needs, providing a balance between standardized practices and regional adaptation. Another characteristic is regional focus. Companies with regiocentric approach treat different regions as distinct markets with unique needs and preferences. So, suppose you are doing business in South Asia, all these countries falling in South Asia, they have similar tastes and preferences in terms of food habits, in terms of their even day-to-day activities. So, you can consider it as a one market and create a strategy for it. Tailored strategies, they develop and implement strategies and operations specific to each region, acknowledging and leveraging regional similarities in consumer behavior and preferences. So, example of regiocentric approach, Coca-Cola can be considered as one good example which uses a regiocentric approach for countries like India, Pakistan and Bangladesh, crafting messages and resonate with the region's cultural and consumer preferences. So, even Pepsi is having a regiocentric approach when they are doing business in India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka. In fact, they changed the constituent of the drink. Like in this region, a sweeter version is popular and with less of soda. So, more sweetness and less soda or strength is required to sell in sell the product in this region. So, they make or change the product, do the product modification and create a separate marketing mix for a particular region. Another example is Honda and BMW. Both companies have adopted a regiocentric orientation in the North American market with production facilities and sales or service centers across the US, Canada and Mexico. General Motors uses different strategies in different regions like Europe, one strategy for Europe, another for America, another for Asia. With region managers have considerable freedom in decision making. So we have identified what strategy they are using. Strategy integration, organizational approach and product policy tend to be implemented at the regional level. Also, objectives are set by negotiation between headquarters and regional headquarters on the one hand, and also between regional headquarters and individual subsidiaries on the other. Market segmentation is used to find regions similar to each other on different bases. Advantages are cost effective. Local workforce are cheaper in comparison to expats. Cultural fit as utilizes local talent. Managers find it convenient to communicate with each other and other employees. Facilitates communication and cultural understanding within the region. The customers from the same region have similar taste and preferences, and hence it is easy to communicate and deliver to them. But there are certain disadvantages. It may limit the company's global perspective and potentially create communication barriers between the regions. It may lead to confusion between regional objectives and global objectives. The true essence of globalization may become blurry. Suitability: when there are subsidiaries in neighboring countries, regiocentric approach can be effective for managing and coordinating operations across these countries. When there is a lack of qualified employees in the host country, if finding qualified local talent is difficult, a regiocentric approach allows for the transfer of employees from one countries within the same region. So, not only in terms of marketing mix, in terms of recruitment also you can have a regional bias. When the company wishes to balance global consistency and local adaptation, the regiocentric approach strikes a balance between maintaining a global standard for certain aspects of the business and adapting to local needs and preferences. Now, finally, geocentrism. In geocentrism, it views the entire world as a single market, world-oriented view rather than a country-specific multi-domestic approach. Here we develop a standardized marketing mix for the whole globe wherever the company is doing business. The management considers that there are minimal differences in terms of marketing environment among different countries, projects a uniform image of the company and its products for the global market. So, we have come a full circle. At first, in the domestic market, we used to create one product, and when we are going international, same marketing mix is used in the foreign market. Then we created different marketing mix in different countries, then in different regions. Now we are coming to full circle. Here we are creating again a single marketing mix for the entire world, but considering the commonalities between the different markets rather than the distinction between the different markets. Significantly, we assume that significantly distinct national markets can't be catered with an ethnocentric approach. So, if we go for a world market and create ethnocentric approach, then you cannot cater to them. The importance of learning curve effects in marketing, production, technology and management makes the polycentric philosophy substantially suboptimal. Standardization and adaptation is one of the key characteristics of geocentrism. They strive to balance global standardization with local adaptation to cater to diverse market needs while maintaining a consistent brand image. Unified culture. The geocentric approach encourages the development of a strong, unifying corporate culture and informal management network, which is essential for global strategies. Global perspective. This approach treats the entire world as a single market, fostering a global perspective and promoting a more integrated global strategy. efficiency and local responsiveness. They aim to achieve global efficiency while being responsive to local market nuances. Global talent, the core of the geocentric approach is the recruitment of individuals with the necessary skills and experience irrespective of their nationality. Examples of geocentric approach is General Electric. Known for its diverse workforce and global operations, General Electric use a geocentric approach employing individuals from various nationalities in key management positions. Apple Incorporation uses a geocentric approach of internationalization. Strategy use, the TNCs work as a born global, having geocentric orientation from the very beginning of their existence. Full use of developments in technology and increase in rate of exchange of information. Improved coordination and control. Set of standard policies for the organization. So, what are the advantages there? A geocentric approach makes it possible for businesses to be competitive wherever they are launched. It's a win-win situation for both the firm and international markets as it is standardized but at the same time very agile. Another strategy is improved coordination and control, set of standard policies for the organization. Oh, that is one slide. A geocentric approach makes it possible for businesses to be competitive. We have discussed this. Now coming to the disadvantages. It is a challenge to find a management that is capable of adapting to multiple styles at once. There is a benefit lost in terms of being experts in one country or domain. National differences may constrain and restrict multinational operations and make the global market approach unpractical. Suitability, TNCs which has spent a significant amount of time in international market, understands inherent differences for various markets, has a polycentric attitude. So, we conclude that as the process of globalization intensifies, TNCs evolve and move from ethnocentrism towards a more polycentric, regiocentric or geocentric strategy. General Motors moved from regiocentric to geocentric orientation for cost reduction after the financial crisis. To summarize, we say that international orientation reflects the attitude or strategic predisposition of a transnational corporation towards doing things in a certain way. EPRG framework identifies 4 types of attitudes or orientations towards internationalization, and it stands for ethnocentrism with home country orientation, polycentrism reflecting host country orientation, regiocentrism reflects regional orientation, and geocentrism has world orientation. Thanks, students.